So what happens when you put two lifelong friends and their dads in the same kitchen? There's a lot of history here and a lot of opinions.
You should have wet the lavash a little bit more.
Okay, next time I will.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard, but it's okay.
This should be fun. Hi, I'm Julianne, but you can call me Jul. And this is JUL'S Armenian Kitchen. The recipes of my childhood are beginning to fade with time, so I'm on a mission to learn the secrets and stories behind great Armenian home cooking, the way it's always been passed down in family kitchens right here in the Central Valley. I'll learn how these proud Armenian families built their version of the American dream in ways you won't find written down anywhere else. And I'll be stepping right into their kitchens to see how it's really done. There'll be great food and a few unexpected moments along the way. We're gonna have a delicious time.
Production funding for JUL'S Armenian Kitchen is provided by Fowler Packing Company. 3 generations of family farming in California's Central Valley, bringing Peel citrus and Samson's grapes to families nationwide. More information at fowlerpacking.com. Ohanians of Fresno. For more than 40 years, Ohanians has preserved Armenian culinary traditions through handcrafted products rooted in heritage, quality, and craftsmanship. What began in the Central Valley is now shared nationwide. For more information, visit ohanians.com.
It's a gorgeous spring day here in Fresno, and I'm heading over to my friend Jamee's house for my very first on-air cooking lesson. We've known each other our whole lives, and our dads have known each other even longer. In fact, this whole project really begins with my dad and traces back to him and his love for food. Growing up in an Armenian family, the kitchen was always the center of everything, so it felt right to start the show with some of the people who've known me the longest. Today, my friend Jamee Moltini is showing me how she's honoring her late grandmother by keeping these traditional Armenian dishes going in her own family, but with a twist. All right, so let's go. Hi! I brought the drinks. Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to do this.
I'm so glad. All right, let's cook.
Let's go.
All right. I'll follow you.
All right, my dear, come on in.
Oh, your home is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, thank you. We are ready to have fun, cook, eat.
Yes.
And let's take a little shot of this Rocky.
I'm gonna have a sip.
Okay, we'll sip, we'll sip. How do you pronounce this?
Well, okay, so Armenians call it ohi, like O-G-H-E. And then in Arabic they say arak, and then in Turkish it's Rocky. So it depends on the language, but it's all the same. It's, you know, it starts with the raisins, they put a little anise in it.
So it's kind of like ouzo.
It is. Yes, exactly. But I try to use the Armenian word only because I'm kind of studying it. I'm trying to like bring that in whenever I can.
You're taking Armenian
Well,
classes?
I'm a dropout. I'm a Armenian school dropout, but it's really hard.
I know. And you have to kind of speak it all the time to get it.
So I hear our dads are coming.
They are. I'm so excited.
I am too. I am
Okay,
too.
there you go.
Thank you. These are really pretty.
They're from our wedding.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're lovely.
I'm surprised they're not broken yet. But
I love cut glass and crystal. I think it's so elegant.
Cheers. How do you say cheers in Armenian?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Oh, well. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. I never was a licorice fan.
Oh, I love licorice. That's why I've always loved this.
You can serve that chilled too, I bet.
Oh yeah, and actually what they do in Lebanon is they serve it over ice and with a little bit of water, and it gets like a milky color. It's very good.
Ooh, yeah.
We can try that next.
All right, so shall we start
yes,
cooking here?
We're making your specialties, am I correct?
Toorshi, yes, but it's pretty easy. The Kheyma is my cousin Corey.
Oh, yes.
He was really good, or he's really good at making it, and he's taught me.
Right on. Well, I love it, so I'm so excited to have some. I've never made it, so yeah,
easy.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, here, let's take these with us. So we don't want to forget.
Our little treat. All right,
Oh,
so
look.
I started it because it is a process, and it's time consuming.
This is gorgeous. You did this?
This I did this morning.
This morning?
Yes, because
Oh
it
my
has
God.
to sit.
Oh, I
It has
see.
to sit for at least 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I made some already that we'll try.
Okay. No.
There's your dad.
Oh, he did make it.
He
Oh my
did make it.
God. I'm so proud.
Do we want him to come and sit with us?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we should.
Should we go get him?
Yes.
Okay, let's go get him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, come on in.
All right, come on in, Dad.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad I'm here. It was beautiful.
Dad, we're having a few shots. Do you want to join us?
Oh, yeah. That'd be right.
But we have a question is we don't remember, how do you say cheers in Armenian?
Well, let's get it here and I'll show you.
Oh, okay. All right, here you go.
Okay.
Well,
Ganads.
Oh, good
ooh, that's tasty.
Yeah, that's nice. It's actually Lebanese. Delish. So, Dad, we're gonna get some appetizers going. No,
Oh.
we're gonna get going and cooking a little bit.
Okay.
Would you like to
Beautiful.
sit down and watch us?
I would love it.
Okay, Dad, I'm glad you're here.
Give me a couple of these. And I'll have a good show. Thank you.
Okay, here we
love
go.
you. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna make a little Toorshi here.
Yes.
And I've already started the veggies.
Okay.
And it's cabbage, celery, green beans, carrots, cauliflower, and daikon.
Wait, where's the daikon?
Daikon is right here.
Oh.
And daikon is a radish.
Yeah, Japanese radish, right?
Yeah, so.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I mean, you can pickle anything.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the typical
Okay.
Armenian
Very nice.
way to do it.
I love pickles.
So now I've got, besides the vegetables, I do a little chili pods. How funny, Japanese chili pods
see
along
that?
with the daikon.
I love it.
Garlic, and I just buy the peeled garlic already because it's easy.
Okay.
I've got the brine working right here, and the brine is water, white vinegar, sugar, salt, and pickling spice.
Okay.
So it's super easy. Then I just add a few cloves of garlic.
Okay.
And if you like a lot of garlic, add more.
I know you do.
I love it. And depending on spice, I always like it a little spicy, but you can add as many peppers as you want.
Wonderful.
So let's just get this going right here. We'll just do 3.
Okay.
And then as far as jarring it, it's kind of like a little puzzle.
Okay.
You know, you just throw things in, but you want to pack it in as tightly and as much as you can.
Okay, I'll try one puzzle.
You try one
Okay.
puzzle. There we go.
All right.
And how I start is I kind of start with the longer ones first, and I lean the jar on its side. And you just start, put in some celery.
Want to try this at home? We put the recipe up for you at valleypbs.org/Jules Armenian Kitchen.
And then I always keep this part of the celery too, because it looks pretty
Yeah,
in there.
that's right.
And you just kind of keep building, and you just want to make sure you get a little bit of everything in there.
So how many times in your life do you think you've had this?
Toorshi?
Yeah.
A ton. we used to always, so when my grandmother, Mimi, Florence, was alive, she always did the cooking for family functions, so forth. And I'm sure you've been at some of the family functions too.
You remember Florence, of course.
And
Very well.
yeah, and she loved to cook, and I wish I would have taken advantage of learning from her.
I know.
I really do. But I was young, and I was into other things other than cooking. But anyhow, she would do all this, and so she always had Toorshi in the refrigerator,
Oh, really?
and then we always had it for holidays. But as I said earlier, it's time consuming. So when you make it, you make
a lot.
20 jars,
Yeah.
and then you have them. So you shove as much as you can shove in there,
Okay.
as long as you've got kind of a variety.
Okay.
Oh, and this lasts forever too.
What do you like it with, or do you have it with everything?
You can eat it with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, and pickled vegetables are so good for you.
They
They're good
are,
for your
right?
gut.
That's right.
It's especially good with broccoli.
I think that's his way.
Here, well, let me take a
Hurry
little
up.
sip.
Yeah,
Just to, we'll have to try it later.
Good night.
All right. So now that I've got the brine, you bring it to a boil.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the pickling spice falls to the bottom. Okay. So I give it a little stir. Oops.
Oh, he had a little too much.
That's Yeah.
You want some water?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna tough this out.
Okay.
And then you just pour the hot brine over this. And I like to see, sometimes, like I gave it a good stir so the pickling spice is not at the bottom. Because I like to see that pickling spice in there. I just think it adds a little character to the jar. So we'll just fill it as much as you can.
Okay.
Take our lids. Now this has to sit. A lot of people would keep them out room temperature in the garage or somewhere, but I was always taught to put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Okay.
So I keep it in the refrigerator, and it needs at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I've tried it at 2 weeks, but I think if you give it 3 weeks at least, then you know it's good.
Okay.
So we'll be trying some later.
Yes. Excellent.
So now we'll just we'll start with the
Ganache.
I love it. We'll make some kheyma. Now how do you speak kheyma? Is it, you gotta get that.
Some people say Kheyma.
And say Kheyma. Kheyma.
Yeah. Some people say Kheyma, and no. That's all. No.
And then did you guys eat a lot of that growing up too?
Oh yeah, I remember having it on Triscuit crackers. So I heard your recipe's good. Corey's recipe. Respect.
Corey, well, yeah, and remember Laura Dedekian. I'm throwing out all these names.
Do it.
Because this is actually Laura's recipe.
Oh.
And so Laura would make this, and she passed it down to Corey. In fact, on the recipe that I gave you, it said private on there.
I saw that.
Private it is.
Well, a lot of people were very private about their recipes. They didn't want to share them because it was like they had to have a signature dish, and if they shared it, it would be everyone's dish. So how do we do kheyma? Tell me.
Okay,
I'm
so
excited
now
to learn.
We're doing the kheyma.
Kheyma.
Okay. And I have 1 cup of bulgur in here. So basically it's 1 cup of bulgur to 1 pound of meat.
Okay,
and the meat, you can get kheyma meat all over. I like to get it at a certain spot just because I know that that's the way they do it and it's clean.
That's right.
And how you know it's good kheyma meat is when you touch it. I mean, you literally get no grease on your hands.
Oh.
See, it's super clean. You can literally not even, you don't feel the grease of meat. Even when it's 90-10, you still feel a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But you almost don't feel like you need to wash your hands.
What makes it kheyma meat? Is it how they grind
I knew
it?
you were going to ask that.
Is it that they grind it really thin or fine or what?
I think so, and they use prime meat
Okay.
because it has a different texture.
It does.
Yeah, it's different.
It's almost like you could roll it like Play-Doh.
Yeah, and it even kind of looks different.
Yeah.
But it's prime
Okay.
beef.
Okay.
And in here, again, I've got the 1 cup of bulgur.
Okay.
And you want to always work with this cold. So she always had ice in it
Okay.
and water. And you want the bulgur to absorb all the liquid.
Oh, okay.
And
So you don't cook it?
you don't cook it. No. Nope.
Wow.
And the ice can stay in there because the colder, the better.
Okay.
And it'll just melt. And would you mind opening up
I wouldn't.
this for me?
Yes, sure.
And we'll pour, I don't know, start with 1/4 of a can.
Okay.
You can make this too. Find the full recipe at valleypbs.org/Jules Armenian Kitchen.
Technically, you're supposed to let this sit for 10, 15 minutes because you just want the bulgur to absorb the liquid.
Okay.
So then we'll add a little more of that.
You tell me when.
That's good for now.
Okay.
So we'll just let this sit a minute and let the...
So it's basically a salad. It's kind of like a wheat meat salad.
Yeah,
A wheat
and it
meat
fills
salad.
you up.
Yes, it does.
It really fills you up because that bulgur expands.
Yes, expands. Mhm.
So it's definitely filling. Now, how long have you and my dad been friends? Long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Weren't you in their wedding?
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
There he is.
He played hard.
I understand there's a kheyma party.
Yeah.
You made it just in time. We were just.
Are you part of the testing crew?
Gnuts.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Thank you for coming.
Absolute.
I appreciate that you were a part of this. Come on in.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, sir. Oh, you have everything here.
Yes, she does.
Wow.
She's got some plates there and some napkins.
Cheers.
Cheers. And we should use the
How
Armenian
come
word.
mine's so tall?
Because yours.
I poured it.
You can just sip it.
Perfect. Boy, that's good.
Pretty smooth.
So this is the Toorshi that I made a while ago.
That's delicious. I had some of it. She brought me a bottle, so I had a preview of that, and it's fabulous.
The Kheyma. And then that's just a little bit of, what do they say in Armenian? Maza. Okay, and then I'll throw a little Odar touch.
Okay, throw the Odar touch. Do it.
And I don't know where they came up with this one, but my dad likes a little of the Italian salad dressing on it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mimi actually.
Mimi added it.
Mimi added that. Mimi's
Really?
That
my
one?
mother, her grandmother. Yeah. Mimi wanted just a little bit of different flavor. You know, because we were eating salad with it, and Mimi says, "Let's just try this." Then we started doing it, and then it became, for our family, it became a tradition to put
Italian dressing on the side.
And it's delicious, which gives it a little bit of a
It's a little kick.
little touch to
okay.
it.
A little extra taste.
So,
So
Okay.
this now, see how the liquid has absorbed?
Yes, I see that.
So we will
Okay.
throw in this
So
for
we
me.
kind of waited about 10 minutes?
Yeah, at least.
Okay. All right.
do you know what that's called when they do this?
Shachel.
Shagel.
Yeah, Shachel. Yeah.
Shagel.
Yeah.
Shagel.
Shakhel actually means to knead or mix with one's hands. This is the essence of how we cook.
And what I'm gonna have you do,
I'm going to eat it or what?
not
Oh.
yet, but we're gonna put a little
Okay.
salt and pepper and a little cayenne.
Ooh, a little cayenne. Okay.
I just wanna let me just add.
And the water's cold, correct?
The water's cold, yeah.
That's very important.
She's got some ice in here even.
Very important.
Okay, we've
I don't know
got,
why, but that's the way.
Well, for probably food
That's the way
safety
we-
reasons.
Probably, yeah.
If they made it in the summertime,
go
could you
ahead
imagine?
and put a few sprinkles of that in.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay.
And then we'll add a little bit. And you can use, this is white pepper because you want fine pepper.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
you can use white or black, but that's just fine. So, and then let's throw in some onions.
Look at how she's prepped everything.
Yeah.
I should have it in a little dish, but I have it in a Ziploc.
You're something, lady. You really are a cooking show. Natural.
So we'll do that.
Okay, so here's that.
Mix in a little onion.
Basically, Armenian.
We're gonna. That's
tartar.
for.
Typical Armenian families having multiple conversations at once. And while it's second nature to most of us, actually, I can never keep up.
On the top. Okay, very good.
So then you just mix this.
This is easy.
It's totally easy. And then look again.
Amazing.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
So we'll mix this up, and you just then let this sit
Okay.
because this has to, and we'll cover it with saran wrap, but this has to set up, like I said, for about 6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
So.
All right. So make it the day before or the night
Or
before.
the morning.
Or the morning of
yeah.
your party.
It's like we made it later last night.
So the juices swell into the.
Yeah, and so it all swells in and the flavors mix and mold, and cover it and refrigerate it, and then we can try that. So.
Did you explain that they put the meat through the machine 2 times?
Okay,
No,
so no, I
okay.
didn't know that
Tell us,
process, and I
tell
knew
us.
she was going to
Yeah.
ask me, and I
And you buy it. What is it? You buy a quality
yes, prime meat.
meat, prime meat, and then you put it through the grinder 2 times.
Okay, so it's very finely
So it's
ground.
very fine, yeah.
I was hoping you guys could share some memories of Fresno, you know.
Across from the convention center, there was a little shop there Don Darby's dad had, and every Saturday was traditional Kheyma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he'd be there with a sleeveless tank top
Oh.
shirt on, meaning like and shotgun. Yeah, it was really something. It was automatic.
Well, last night when Corey was here when we were making it, I go, Corey, wash your hands. So he washed his hands, and he goes, you know, back in the day, he goes, the Armenian men that were making this were probably sweating in it, you know, didn't wash their hands, probably had a cigarette in their mouth.
He had a towel around his neck and a sleeveless tank top shirt, and everybody was in line couldn't wait to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
What years was this? Like in the
Oh,
50s?
the
or
60s?
60s.
Yeah, early 60s.
Right on.
Yeah.
So start eating, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Try it.
What's the deal? Okay.
Now the best way is
Here's the lavash too, if
Well,
you want the
yeah.
lavash.
we can do it like this.
Now that cracker might be too hard. If you want a
think so.
softer.
Basically, you just spread it like an hors d'oeuvre.
And here, you
A
want a
little bit of
plate?
onion.
You can put it on a plate for him.
Oh, look, he's got his dressing. Yeah. Okay.
Which I just think is so funny.
It's so cute. Yeah.
All right, taste it.
Delicious.
Jamie, your brine is just out of
Again.
this world. I
Oh,
love
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Home run.
Thank you.
Home
thank
run!
you.
Home run, girl!
Home
yes!
run. Delicious.
This is
Gotta save
absolutely.
some for mom too.
Oh, I will. And Corey.
She loves it.
This is absolutely divine.
Isn't it
I
good?
love it.
I like it.
It's fresh. It's bright. A little spicy. I mean, I don't have any concerns about it's cold.
Yeah.
I don't have any concerns. You know, I'm just
And if you
Who
don't
cares
tell-
if it's raw?
Well, you eat raw sushi. It's the same thing.
delicious.
And the bulgur, and I think the bulgur and the maybe the tomato juice actually cures it and cooks it a little bit.
Right? It could be.
You know, the
It could be.
acidity in the tomato juice.
It very well could be.
So,
it could be. It's
that's-
delicious.
You should have wet the lavash a little bit more.
Okay, next time I will.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard, but it's okay.
Okay, Jimmy, tell us a story. Tell me a story
I love it.
now.
Which story?
Okay, let's hear. What can you tell about? Well, we've talked about Mimi. We've talked about your mom, Florence, and of course, his mom was also named Florence, my grandma.
That's right.
Two Florences.
That's right.
But what do you know about her family in terms of their story, their immigration story, or where?
Grandpa was from Needley, and Grandma tells a story how she was brought over to this country. They hid her in a sack on a donkey and a cart, mule, and to get her over the border when the Turks were massacring.
This
And
is
then
your
met to
your
meet
mom's
Grandpa,
mom. Your
who
mom's.
was-
Yes.
Grandpa didn't even know what it was getting, but
Because it was an
Grandma.
arranged marriage.
Oh,
it was
really?
arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Was it here that they got married, or there?
Yeah.
They got married here.
And then our grandfather, when he came here, he worked for Mr. Kearney at Kearney Mansion. He was Mr. Kearney's stable and cleanup helper around the house. And Mr. Kearney took a liking to him. And he said, Aram, I'm going to buy you a little place. And he bought a piece of property. And Grandpa started with a garden. And that's how the Armenians got gardens all around the outskirts of Fresno.
Wonderful.
So that's what happened.
So that's what happened. And then your dad?
My dad was a milk delivery boy in Kermit and met my mom, and he became a deputy sheriff. And then he was the first Armenian chief probation officer.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
that's quite
In
an
fact, Juvenile
accomplishment.
Hall it was named after him on Ventura there.
Really?
It's the John M. Ashjian complex, yeah.
Really?
That's our family.
After we filmed, our team found the site that once housed the John M. Ashton Center. Today it's home to the Farber Educational Campus, which would have made John, with his passion for education and youth, very proud.
Okay, so Jim, tell me, what does it mean to you if I say the American dream? What does that mean to you for your family?
We've been very lucky. My wife and I are very lucky. I've got gorgeous family, grandkids. Everybody seems to be happy. Or they're
Today.
putting today. Some people were born on third base and they thought they hit a triple. But we were born on third base, so we're up to bat and we're just going around the bases.
That's it.
And if we get to home and everybody's happy and healthy,
What
we won.
What a
Nice.
answer.
That's a perfect metaphor, actually. I love that.
Excellent.
We won.
Excellent.
So you're making Armenian recipes, the ones that you know.
Yes.
And I know you weren't able to learn everything from your grandma, but why do you keep doing it? Like, what's your motivation Or what does it mean to you?
Well, my motivation is the fact that my dad still wants those recipes.
Yes.
And I want to keep doing them. I want to perfect them more, and I love to cook. So if I can incorporate a little bit of my heritage, as much as I know, into my cooking, I just want to keep that going. And so I want to be able to, if I can grab something from someone else's aunt or grandmother or whomever, I want to keep doing that, because that's how you keep traditions going. I love showing how much I appreciate people through, food and cooking and entertaining and that whole thing.
Well, you've got it down, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
We're feeling the love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Good night.
Good night. I had to remember that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Production funding for JUL'S Armenian Kitchen is provided by Fowler Packing Company. 3 generations of family farming in California's Central Valley, bringing Peel citrus and Samson's grapes to families nationwide. More information at fowlerpacking.com. Ohanians of Fresno. For more than 40 years, Ohanians has preserved Armenian culinary traditions through handcrafted products rooted in heritage, quality, and craftsmanship. What began in the Central Valley is now shared nationwide. For more information, visit ohanians.com.